for that one. This
rank, specifically coming out of that mid lane, a hero that one-on-one would address the last rank a little bit better. If is enabling a lot in this game, particularly against the last rank, but that matchup is still really rough, right? Like if you do not burst the last rank, and he's just going to clear through your illusions, there goes all your damage. It's definitely, I could definitely see how this is a pretty momentum based game. As you said, the laning phase seems super important, where I could see a world where a starter that's shut down, that's only enabling Chaos Knight, doesn't win this game. I feel like he needs to be a threat in his own right.
I agree. You want JT to have a good game here, but I think if you're G2.iG, you want JT to have a good game every game.
Sure.
This is a guy who can function, or function from a sacrificial position, but he thrives when he's feeling himself and laughing and outplaying fools. And I feel like he is the exploded net worth and never look back. That is their gameplay.
Now, we were looking for more singular answers to the last rank, specifically coming out of that mid lane, a hero that one-on-one would address the last rank a little bit better. I feel he's enabling a lot in this game, particularly against the last rank, but that matchup is still really rough, right? Like if you do not burst the last rank fast enough, they where I could see a world where a starter that's shut down, that's only enabling Chaos Knight, doesn't win this game. I feel like he needs to be a threat in his own right.
I agree. You want JT to have a good game here, but I think if you're G2.iG, you want JT to have a good game every game.
Sure.
This is a guy who can function, or function from a sacrificial position, but he thrives when he's feeling himself and laughing and outplaying fools. And I feel like he is the momentum key for G2.iG in a lot of their games that they want to have unlocked. So
30 seconds.
it's good for double reasons here. But yes, you don't get that mid presence versus the Lesh. It's nearly as strong as something like the Viper or the Sniper here. Timbersaw, it gives you damage versus him, but it's also susceptible to getting burst down.
Oh, got him on the impale. Mickey. He does not get hit by the Chaos Bolt here. It gives an option here for Boxy to intercept with an Avalanche, slow down these heroes long enough for another Shikuchi to come up in 2 seconds, and that'll be good enough. The Lightning Storm, big damage as it bounced through all of them there. G2.iG are actually going to walk away the worst for that. Not just the fact that they gave up 3 bounty runes to Team Liquid, but also just general damage, man. They're all going to have to eat a tango to get through that damage. Now they're resetting up to go on these guys, thanks to the high ground war. They know that both Insania and Mickey are trying to push the lane without TPing in. I thought maybe they would have a go behind the creep wave, but not the case here. X-Nova just wants to get back to lane as quick as possible.
They got the block bottom. This will push the lane out for JT, so minor victory for them. I guess no harm, no foul, but that was one of those rare situations where Monet actually had to hold that stun.
Yep.
They hit him after, but that was like very close on the sentry range. Can't really blame him for that. It's kind of an unlucky hero to run into, but I mean, Mickey's there for a reason as well.
But yeah, he got that ward down on the low ground to be able to spot the bounty rune area and was sitting up there. So smoke that's ruined, first blood that's dodged, and a good start for Liquid already.
For me, biggest factors is lane phase. I think mid is going to be a brawl of a lane, but I expect Liquid to do fine.
Well, because it's going to be the first blood. Blood grenaded.
Is a strong lane, for sure. The aggressive potential here for Liquid. Double range hero against Slardar. I think the Slardar is going to do well over the course of the game, but again, laning phase for Liquid, it could be strong here. The off lane is probably the hardest lane for them with this double melee, but I also think Nisha is going to free farm mid. I don't think there's much NTS can do to stop that. He's just going to get his own, try and set himself up to be as strong as possible to fight the Lesh when the time comes.
Yeah.
Of course, there's the roam potential from Boxy as this laning phase progresses.
Yeah, especially with a Doom that can be a pretty independent hero, particularly the way that I feel like Boxy and 33 usually set up their off lane. It seems like a lot of times these heroes like Doom and stuff, they try and give them a lot more solo experience. They try and go for the kill on X-Nova. It's not going to be enough. Yeah. Just running a bit shy of the damage, but good pressure nonetheless.
Hey, Boxy's level 2, he's dead there. A lot of burst damage. These are not deaths you want to give up on this Ench. X-Nova wants this lane to go as well as possible, so he has that roam potential ahead of Boxy. Start giving away those freebie kills. That means Boxy can lead first, he can lead 33 alone. Suddenly, your mid's getting roamed on instead. So this is a very pivotal lane for G2.iG here. It denied 33 in early creep, so that is also going well for them, as we've seen him get those harpies, get those ghosts, and then that lane's just over. Not a man you can give an early devour to.
No. He's definitely thought a lot about neutral creeps and what the best ones to get are.
Who's his old Steam name? Yeah, it was like a non-animal player or something, right?
Yeah, that sounds like a 33 name.
This guy just doesn't, or is like non-human player. Like he only played animals.
Yes, he only wants to play with some neutrals and some micro heroes, and yeah.
If it's a normal dude, he's not gonna play it. You know, this guy's never gonna play Sven. What is that? He doesn't even know that hero exists in the game.
Yeah, he exists in some sort of PvE world where Sven is only an enemy hero or an ally.
His Crownfall patch is probably the saddest for 33. You know, they're giving a bunch of cosmetics and stuff to normal humanoids. Like, what is this, man?
True.
Where's my like Beastmaster? Is what G2.iG are looking for here. Is Liquid are pulling ahead in the CS. They're pretty happy with how the cores are farming. The standing's still at 0.
Just checking it. Nobody's forfeited this early game just yet. Oh, another Centaur stomp. That he got a Centaur stomp and denied the creep. Going in for the fight though, bottom lane. JT making a run for it, got the bug off of him. Can they get in range? Yes, they get the toss in, and that'll lead into the frostbite, and that'll lead into the kill on JT. 2-1 now to the favor of Team Liquid.
Important to get that kill for Boxy. He does not want to make these early rotations with Tiny that are going to sacrifice some of Doom's early game and not yield something off it. That would be worst case for Liquid. We're also seeing this pressure in mid pickup. I mean, just not a fun lane for NTS here. He needs the ganks to come in. That's what G2.iG are going to look for here. Both supports collapsing on Nisha. It's that nighttime period. He doesn't have the obs. It went down. They check with the sentry. So G2.iG pretty confident there's no vision here, but Nisha just playing it too safe. Calls in reinforcements, and X-Nova doesn't feel like he can connect on it. He wants to look back for 33, but 33 is also left top. Going in search of the jungle, looking for his old friends.
He's going to find the mud golem.
Not the one he was looking for there, but
no.
I'm gonna gank mid here.
I mean, he now has a setup stun.
Think about the rune fight. It feels like there's nothing you can do top. I don't know if G2.iG expect him to be here.
Nice impale. It's two there, tossed back onto the Lion, setting up yet another kill for Team Liquid. Now the power rune was secured by Insania in the bottom lane, so not even that going the way of G2.iG. Just too many numbers. They bring both supports, you bring both supports and a core into the mid lane.
This is how Liquid play with the Lesh and DK, man. I mean, if you're watching the replays, you know it's coming. They're gonna rotate heroes, they're gonna snowball those heroes, and they're gonna push the towers with the momentum if you give it to them. Maybe a reason I think that's the downside of that starter pick, is you put that susceptible hero in the Timber, at least in the early game, against that Lesh. Makes those types of moves stronger.
This duo just continues to roam. JT dead again as the toss up in the air. Oh, he's got a crush. Nope. Can't get off a second crush in time.
Wisdom rune. Not a rune you can give up here if you're G2.iG.
Yeah, Bulbaka, is he going to be able to get there in time? Is he going to be able to hit the stun? Oh, he does get the Wisdom rune. Even if he doesn't hit the stun, will he survive? Yeah, he's going to be fine there. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, 33 managed to get his Wisdom rune, though is under a rotation from Nothing to Say. It should be able to net a Doom kill. Can he get out after it, though? Little Doom Links are going to pop out and throw some Shard Golems at him. Here comes, and he's going to die for that. A little bit of vengeance for 33. Trading out some kills. Again, more to the favor of Team Liquid in this laning phase.
Get the Ench deny at least. Not the worst trade for G2.iG, but to have your mid laner go down like that definitely sucks, especially when you're looking at this 8-minute power rune that you know Liquid won for Nisha. Potential of a haste rune here, potential of an amp damage rune.
They're going to come back for it. Have to come back and force to both try and secure that power rune, but also protect the tower. The tower's going to start taking some big Diabolic Edict damage. And it's a haste rune for Electric.
Yep.
Big pickup.
I felt that one coming.
Yeah, I think Liquid's very happy to change out Boxy's life for a big haste rune on Leshrac.
This is just going to create a threat top. And I don't think Monet can stay up here anymore. He's done a decent job remaining up here, but I mean, Liquid are going to bring all the cores. In fact, Nikkei rates the gate rotation. IG, I mean, this is a tough tower to defend. They're leaning, but I just don't think this is in the cards. Your heals are nowhere near strong enough this early against that power rune. The early Weaver rotations also do way more work than Monet can do in these early fights. So once more, the tower pressure is just going to be free here. You don't even have to pop that rune on Nisha.
This is where that Dragon Knight and Leshrac really stand out for Team Liquid, because they've got both a team fight, and thanks to the power rune securing and everything else, the Leshrac feels strong. He takes towers. You can't take any towers back. The G2.iG do not have that same kind of pressure to be able to apply. If they feel like they can't take the team fights, they can't just go to the other side of the map and take that tower. Boxy.
The classic corrosive haze timber saw combination.
Yeah, of course. He's got a toss still. Tosses back to Slardar. That gives him a little opening, and Nothing to Say is pretty low on mana. They still have to worry about this hasted Leshrac, who's going to be running in, seeing if he can catch anybody. Frostbite just lands.
Nice stuff.
Oh, but he missed the timber chain. He's going to die for that one. Whoa, the tree is missing. Who cut down this tree?
Who did cut this tree? What?
I mean, it was probably him. It just probably hasn't regrown. He thought it was regrown already.
What the hell?
Oh, wait, no. It was when Bulbaka came over.
Well, I think Boxy tree grabbed it earlier or something.
Oh, really?
I don't know who else
maybe Bulbaka came over and gave him a tango. Not too long
maybe
ago.
He ate it, but I mean, that's a weird tree to eat. Either way, it works out for Liquid. A D-ward as well. Healing
Trying to take some stacks. Nothing to say. He's not going to let this go. Nikkei cutting over, spawning JT. They're inside a river, though. The Slardar is pretty fast. Oh, big freezing field. Immediately gets canceled, but big damage enough to be able to kill both supports. It's looking so. G2.iG immediately crumble as their backline is gone on first, and now have to forfeit not just one stack, which they were fighting to protect, but now a second one is forfeit as a result of another bad fight for G2.iG.
G2.iG is just getting sucked into these skirmishes against Liquid, and they are not favored at all. And Liquid are bringing the numbers. They're fighting early around the Lesh. These are not casual fights you can just walk into there. I think they're underestimating how willing Liquid are to bring everybody. This is a 5-man rotation off that power rune because they know Misha's guaranteed to get the damage out here. You can disengage here. This is a fight where you didn't have to end up getting sucked in as much as you did. The back side of it to defend those stacks. You can just farm all the lanes, at least trade out some net worth, maybe get some tower pressure somewhere else. If you go into these fights, and you lose them, you're compounding the damage. You're compounding irreversible damage here. That is the 3rd tier 1 dead at 12 minutes. I mean, this is textbook early pushing gameplay here from Liquid. Combine the numbers around a strong tempo mid. You just brute force your way through these early fights where G2.iG have some heroes that don't really want to join. Monet doesn't want to join these fights. The Slardar, he isn't doing anything in these early exchanges. He needs 1 or 2 fighting items to be useful here against a lot of early disable. And you know, he gets hit by lightning, he gets frostbitten, his fight's over. 33 having a lot more early game impact here. Some stats, a veil, amping everybody up. Very tanky here with the extra armor. And man, Nisha is just cruising through the stacks now as all these Liquid cores are online. Extra tower gold is going to look real nice here for Boxy in a couple of minutes.
Man, G2.iG looks like they may not even get these two. They're making the rotation for 33. 33's going through the gate. They won't see him. And Insania has slipped past their notice too. G2.iG wasting another solid like 30 seconds there, trying to go for a kill that they fall just a little bit short of. Now GT is completing his blink dagger soon, but I mean, they're gonna have to really cook with this blink dagger because this is looking like a Slardar that's gonna have to go blink straight BKB, and he's already not doing well in net worth, and it's gonna be even worse after this gank. So 33 goes from getting ganked top to ganking the Slardar bottom.
Been everywhere, man. Insanely impressive early game from 33 in terms of the rotations, being in every single fight. Still high net worth. They laned the double melee lane pretty damn well. I mean, he has been a force. He has been a presence this game for sure. On a hero that maybe people don't expect him to play this fast on.
A tier 2 before the 14-minute wisdom rune.
Yeah, that is brutal. That is an insane amount of that presence just gone for G2.iG. Like, we're seeing that smoke top. I mean, these smokes are really hard to make when you're down 3 or 4 towers. Just incredibly obvious. It takes you way longer to make the move in the first place because you have to push the lanes out. You have to run a farther amount of distance. You're gonna lose both wisdom runes here. You might lose NGS.
Straight up doomed. They're getting both wisdom runes and killing nothing to say.
This is a straight solo kill. This game is crumbling for G2.iG right now.
Boxy took it away from him. I assume because Boxy's game is so rough, he's like, brother, I need a little helping hand here. Mid lane, this has to go well. 1 second stun, but a finger of death will put him down.
Nice move from Monet. Try and drag this game back a little. I mean, they need something. Gotta start picking up these line kills so you can get Evoca to blink, and then maybe you can push some lanes in, create some split pressure, find the pickoffs. Get Monet involved more. He's looking.
Avalanche not allowing him to get another kill. And already taken a healthy amount of damage. Now he can retoggle the armlet. Weaver coming through. He's going to have to just go for the kill maybe on the Tiny, toggling a little bit, but the Weaver's going to come through with the Avalanche, and they're going to clean both of them up now.
What was that?
I don't know.
That was way too casual. What does he think's gonna happen there? They're just gonna let him walk away? There's Max Frostbite, Tiny with stun, a team that's been rotating on you the entire early game.
Maybe a little bit too desperate to pull things back. You know, 1 kill wasn't enough for him. Monet wanted to go for 2.
Trying to pull it back, not pull it back into the grave. It's like you're starting to get out. This is gonna be a rough mid game for G2.iG. This is Liquid to a T, set themselves up really nicely here, and they're just gonna keep compounding advantage. Like, this is not a greedy lineup. But you need more of this. You need more pickoffs. You just slow these mid-gate items down, particularly the Shivas for the Doom, the Gleipnir for the Weaver, the Blink for the Tiny. You let Liquid get a couple more kills here, they get to those.
Now today slips on by, but Mickey is more than mobile enough to keep up with him. And while it may cost Boxy his life, it is a free fight for Liquid. JT just gonna make a break for it down the lane and a scan on him. Is he going to blink out in time? I mean, like this one gets clipped by damage before he could blink, and now he's dead.
Where is he?
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
I mean, he needs his shard really bad this game. Like, well, you picked this hero for Blink Shard so he can go in, you crush the Lesher, the Weaver. Even if they dispel the first one, you can rehaze them, or the damage is done just way faster. He's a ways away.
It also gives you vision of the Weaver, right? If he's like Shiguchi's, but you hit him with the AoE crush, then it applies the corrosive haze on him, gives you vision.
That is the entirety of this Slardar Weaver matchup. And you need it faster, at least faster than he's getting it here, so that you can skirmish the Weaver, get that punish. Because right now, Mickey 5-0 and 6, he's gonna have a very fast Gleipnir here. He's gonna join all this.
The real Chaos Knight. He just used Phantasm, do a little farming, but the real one gets spotted by both the Tiny and the Leshrac, and they easily burn through him. No triangle available to farm.
Nowhere for Monet to go on this map, man. As you have a 4-man group up mid with this Blink for Vivoka, looking for the smoke play. Looking for enough finger kill. Both supports.
Perfect opportunity for G2.iG to pick up one kill. Couldn't get the second one. Don't want to chase too far. They've made that mistake before here in the mid lane. Even try and take the tower, as they know Liquid are going to be hot in their heels.
At least get the power rune away from Nisha as well. Not the best one for NTS, but he'll take an illusion rune here. I think if 33 gets to the Shivas and Liquid can dictate the fight where they take it around that timing, that's going to be a scary one, because there's no answer to Shivas in this game. Like,
no.
What are you doing with Slardar amp CK into Shivas? It's a nightmare. Even the extra spell amp onto the rest of these heroes, onto the Ench, onto the Timber. This is very nice pickoff. I mean, that was a 5x streak. That's a 1,000 gold kill. Boca finds the opening in Orchid on Monet. Maybe Mickey not expecting that extra bit of lockdown, but he gives it to him. Huge kill.
A little slip up brings that net worth lead that Liquid had tumbling down a little bit. Now only up by 4K. Though they're quickly going to try and rectify that situation. Boxy's pushing across, but right on top of a ward, so Monet's just going to back off. So this really deep base for the other side of the map.
That was also a crazy kill to get, because like you're looking at those Radiant Ops. It sees everything here, which is why Mickey was playing aggressive on this part of the map. They planted these Ops so they can maintain control over the Ancients, have a hero play there while the rest of them look for something else, and then you're just peak efficiency on the map. So the fact that G2.iG got that through the wards without a smoke, just had the lane, had the angle, worth more than any amount of gold. Now G2.iG can start some map pressure and riding of their own. Skeletons hitting mid. Tower's gone, son.
Middle tower has fallen.
Skelly boys claim another.
Skelly boys, not to be trifled with.
You ever look at how these things run, man?
Yeah.
What a little goober, man. Like the way these things run. They're all hunched over, just scrambling their way.
Yeah.
One of the better
He's really putting in all his effort into going forward, you know?
Yes.
That kind of forward leaning, like almost falling over, anything for the momentum. X-Nova is going to get caught here trying to TP out. Boxy finds another one.
And they got the Tormentor steal, so I don't think G2.iG are sad about that trade. That's a okay shard to get now. This Enchantress one gets some extra Sproink damage. It'll free up a shard off their own Tormentor, hopefully to go to probably Vivoka or NTS. Okay, I mean they'll take it. A little extra damage. Vivoka will have to think about buying his own. A lot of momentum in this game stifled here. Well, Liquid are trying to get to those mid-game items, but they are done now. Shivas and Bloodstone done with the blink on the Tiny. So this is Liquid hitting full stride here with their fighting power. I mean, this is a dream scenario if they can get the fight, if Boxy can find the opening, but they're late to the party and they get scanned out. So another move, dodge. I mean, G2.iG thought this game was going to be a little rough in that mid game, but they pulled it back.
Yeah, they really did. I do think though, it was a great play by them. Bad luck. Bad luck. Because I think that Lion Shard was actually really important in what they wanted out of that, and they lost two 50-50s for Boboka. Because he wants to just be able to sit there, Magic Immune, drain the Leshrac out of all of his mana, and once he doesn't have that mana for the Pulse Nova, then the Chaos Knight and the rest of his team, frankly, is in a much better position. They don't actually have the best physical damage to deal with them. It's just one hero in particular, the Weaver. So if the Weaver is occupied somewhere else, that Lion could just operate in that team fight with an Ether Lens. You know, he could have gone Ether Lens and had that free shard. Instead, he does neither right now.
I think you can buy it here though if you're Boboka. I think you have to go Aether and just play as an initiator. Catch Mickey in the fight, start the fight on Nisha, maybe get the clutch hex on Box. If you get one of those things going, you're gonna be happy enough.
Being run down.
This is not really the target they want to do.
They're pretty grouped up here. This is gonna be a ravage set of stuns. Yes, the Enchantress is dead, but these two are grouped up in a corner and there's no way out.
Not the target. You want to go on with the Doom there. We talked about it in the draft.
Position, man. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, it's Liquid feeling themselves because they have this item timing, right? You have the Shivas, you have the Bloodstone, you got that tiny blink. In your mind, you're saying go, 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 go. Let's jump anything. We are insanely strong, but that, I mean, that's just a bait and a half. Like, there's